this is Anthea Palmer from Sound Music Business, and I have a slightly different format for you today. Instead of tips, I'm going to give you an update on how I'm going over here in China. The reason is a lot of people are asking me how it's going, sort of waiting to hear news of when they can come over and play for me here. So I thought, why not just make one video? I can update everybody at the same time. So I've been in China for 7 months now. I came over here with the view of opening a venue very similar in format to the one that I had in Melbourne, Australia. Now, it's taken me a lot longer than I expected to get off the ground with the venue. Part of that is red tape. In fact, a big part of that is red tape. To have a wholly owned foreign company over here takes some doing, but also because the cost to set up the venue financially are much greater than I expected originally. So yeah, I've certainly been slowed down more than I expected. So what was going to happen is I would bring the artists that I represent or promote here to play at my venue, and around that they might get some other gigs. So the new plan is first to create a touring circuit of Southeast China, and then once my venue opens, it will be one of the playing points in the tour. So it took me a while to get my head around it. But now I'm really excited about it, and we're already well underway in putting the tour together. So you'll see on your screen now there will be 8 cities involved in the tour. That's what we're aiming for at the moment. We expect it to be a 15-day tour with 12 performances. So quite busy, certainly not a relaxing holiday, but obviously there's flights, there's accommodation, there's a lot of expense involved, so therefore there needs to be quite a lot of gigs in a short time as well. Now, as well as flights, accommodation, visas, that sort of general stuff, there's also the language and the cultural barrier here to deal with. So in most of these cities, the artists that come over will need a tour guide with them to help them with the language barriers. We certainly want them to come over and feel very well supported so that there's not too much culture shock and so that they feel very comfortable over here. My goal is to make it an awesome experience for everybody. I always lean towards looking after my artists, but of course I need to please the venues as well. So format-wise, I'm still in early discussion with the venues. My preference would be to bring solo artists over because financially, pardon me, that makes more sense. But it may be that they need duo or trio. I just need to sort out what's going to work for my venues, as well as working financially. Part of the battle at the moment is finding the right venues. There are certainly a lot of pubs that are crying out for Western entertainment. That's easy enough. But originally, any promotion I did here was going to be under the banner of Anthea Palmer Presents. Now that has changed. Any promotion will be under the Jimmy Hornet brand, which is my venue brand. And so we are going to stay very true to the brand, even in our touring circuit. So I'm looking for venues where I know my artists will work well, where I know they'll feel comfortable, where I know they'll be well regarded, and so on. So at the moment, it's actually not just finding venues, that's quite easy. It's finding the right venues and making sure that we're representing the brand well. I am going to do everything I can to have the first artist come and tour in July this year, so only a few months away. We're working pretty hard over here to get all the logistics organised. Once we know we've got everything bedded down, once we know it's going to work financially, then we'll book the first artist or artists to start coming over on the tour. So really excited about it. It's just going to be awesome. Now please don't see this video as an open invitation to come to China and play. I've chosen 10 artists to start with that I've already worked with, so we already have a working relationship. I know they're professional, they've worked with me before. Obviously that's an easier way to start because we already have a relationship. And also again financially, it's going to be solo, duos, probably trios that come over at least for the first 12 months or so. So if you're a 6-piece rock band, the invitation won't come to you quickly. But please don't hesitate to contact me if you are interested, or if you have any questions about China or what's going on over here. I'm only too happy to connect with you on that level. So I'm Anthea Palmer from Sound Music Business. Onward and upward.